Welcome back to A Disney All the Way Christmas. We're talking about the lessons and cultures learned from Disney Channel holiday episodes. Stay tuned.
You're tuning in to AfterBuzz TV's The Christmas 24/7 channel, keeping the spirit of Christmas 24/7. Give, forgive, be merry.
Hey guys, welcome back to A Disney All the Way Christmas. And as you can tell, we are very lively today. So I'm your host, Chae Jones, but I couldn't do the show without my amazing co-host. To my left, we have Mr. Ollie Drennan.
Hey guys, are you ready to jingle your bells?
And he's awesome because okay.
Sorry I cut you off.
No, you're good. I like that though. I'm gonna have you read that real quick. But he also has worked for Disneyland. He knows what it likes to be super excited about the holidays at the park. So that's what makes him amazing. Now you can say your what you want to say.
Are you guys ready to jingle your bells? Because I am. But enough about me. And more importantly, the person next to me, Chae.
Of course. We have Miss Jennifer Lopez. We call her J-Lo. And she's been a fan of Disney since she was a kid. Her mom works for Walt Disney World. She's gone to both parks. She's amazing. And she has on the Christmas ear, so you know she's ready to party.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here tonight. I'm so excited for this episode too.
This episode's going to be so lit. We're going to talk about what made these Disney Channel holiday episodes so special to us, about the different cultures that Disney brought to us as kids, because some of us didn't even know they existed. And of course, we have to talk about the meaning of this amazing holiday we celebrate every year. So, before we get into our big topic, Disney had so many episodes from animation to live action over the last 2 decades that aired on Disney Channel. And J-Lo is going to start us off with our first topic. J-Lo?
Yes. Oh my God. It's so hard to choose an episode because there's so many and there's so many favorites. But, you know, I mean, you have to choose one. If we can't, I wish we were here for hours just talking about this. That would be amazing. But unfortunately, we can only choose one. So, Ollie, what was one of your favorite episodes, Disney Channel episodes, growing up?
This is really hard because there's so many, like you just said. But I would have to say definitely, I have to give it to the Even Stevens. I definitely have a lot more appreciation for it, the Heck of a Hanukkah episode, because one, it's showcasing something that's other than Christmas. So it's showcasing a family, a Jewish family, and kind of like what their dynamic is. And it's kind of, it really takes you outside of Christmas and into their lifestyle and how they celebrate the holidays. So I really enjoyed it. And like the Even Stevens is such a dysfunctional family that I can personally relate to, you know, kind of like the problem child, quote unquote problem child of Louis. And of course his friendly rivalry with his siblings and whatnot. So it's something that's very near and dear to me. And plus also just seeing, you know, this family that, well, okay. True story. I met the dad from Even Stevens.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
He was really cool. He's very nice at Cold Stone. So yeah, I like, that's why I'm like, oh, it's a special place in my heart. So yeah.
I do love that. I love that too because, you know, like you said, they're very relatable because not all families are like perfect how, you know, people make them seem to be. So I really enjoy that they, you know, just come together even in the holidays, you know, and we're learning about that and he's learning about that. And, you know, he's learning that, you know, without him, the family would be so, you know, boring without him. You know, they love him even though he's crazy and he gets like on their nerves and stuff like that. But I just really love that, and that's very exciting.
Yeah, I think because definitely in an episode, Louis struggles of kind of figuring himself out, like with the family, because we've all kind of can relate to that
being different.
Yeah, being maybe the black sheep or wishing, oh, I wish I wasn't a part of this family or this family would be so much better without me. So I think we've all kind of gone through that. And it's nice to kind of like see that experience through him.
Right. Definitely. Especially because, like he says, you have a gift. Like their gift is to be, you know, perfect at school and perfect on the field, wherever it is. But your gift is an amazing one. Not a lot of people understand that being able to do comedy is a gift. And it is like something that should be appreciated. I mean, it could be annoying, but it's something that his family does appreciate.
Right.
Which we see that through the episode, which I really enjoyed.
Right. What about you, Chae? What was your favorite?
Oh my gosh, I love Disney Channel. So there for me, it's so hard because I love Lizzie McGuire, but I'm
sure that was a very tough decision for you.
No, really, I do because I love Lizzie McGuire, but it has to be the Proud Family, 7 Days of Kwanzaa, because it was the first time I learned about it.
Right.
It was the first time I heard about Kwanzaa in my entire life. I had never heard about it before I watched this episode back in the early aughts. Mm-hmm. And like learning about that was really cool. It also just made you appreciate the family that you have. Right. And it's not so much the present, but the time you actually spend with them holds a lot more to the memories than the presents ever will.
Right.
So that's why I really love this episode. Plus, I also met Tommy Davidson, who plays Oscar Proud, over the last couple of years. And that's been awesome for me because I grew up with Tommy Davidson from In Living Color to Scream Team, which was a Disney Channel original movie for Halloween with Kathy from Hocus Pocus, in case we need to break that down. But I also thought that was so cool. This show about a Black family trying to, just be normal and trying to live the American dream that we came here for. And then you have your grandmother, you got your sugar mama. Mm-hmm. And then I called my grandmother Big Mama. So that's what I grew up calling mine. So it just reminded me of my family.
Right.
So I love this
you're
episode.
able to relate to them.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
Oh my gosh, the Proud Family was awesome. With their guests, they always had well, first of all, when you have Destiny's Child, right, doing the theme song.
And Solange, you got to add Solange in there.
And Mariah Carey was on. This is, I know, off topic, but like it was such an amazing show, and just the production, and I loved everything that you said about it, and kind of like there's always like a great message and moral to their episodes, like for definitely. Sure. You always learned and like a very valuable lesson by the end of the episode, and I thought the Kwanzaa episode was, I think it's a perfect example of that.
Interesting, because I never noticed until today how Hanukkah, their menorah, and the Kwanzaa has a canary, and they're all about lighting candles for each day of. I never really noticed that until like this week as we delved into more of the different cultures. But I always thought that was really cool because they a little bit are similar, but they in like the similar purpose. The purpose of it is very similar in both these cultures, and I thought that was super cool. And the Proud Family was just amazing at having some incredible voiceover acting by some of the most amazing African American actors of this time.
Right.
Especially in this episode alone, you had Samuel L. Jackson and Viv K. Fox.
That's insane.
And Raven Simone.
Right.
So I am happy in my life.
They've had iconic people in all of their episodes. So yeah, just to have them here on this episode of Christmas, it's amazing. So, yeah,
and who doesn't love Kyla Pratt as Penny Proud, right?
I love her.
Or Dejanay,
Oh my gosh,
Miss Kelly. Miss Kelly, if you know her from Lean On Me, yes, she was the voice of Dejanay. I thought that was amazing. And then you had Cedric the Entertainer playing Bobby.
And they had an amazing cast.
And Jo Marie Payton from Family Matters, like the original, from Family Matters. So I just thought that was amazing.
Right. So for me, my favorite episode would have to be Lizzie McGuire, The Extreme Christmas, where Steven Tyler comes. Oh my God, that was probably my favorite. I know a lot of people say that their Aaron Carter episode was their favorite too, which it is.
I think it's everybody's ultimate.
Yeah, I want to say probably, but for me, it was the Steven Tyler episode because we're seeing Lizzie here. She's getting so frustrated. Trying to work on her flow, and that's all she cares about. She didn't care about helping someone else or helping this man's helping with his plumbing issues. All she cared about is winning, because she had Kate. Exactly. I think it was just mainly Kate pushing her buttons, and we saw an appearance by her sister Haley Duff playing Kate's cousin. So that was really funny and interesting. So she just wanted to beat Kate. That's basically you're always fighting. So, seeing her fight with her and just wanting to make this float so perfect, and we just see her laying there just trying to work on it. I'm like, girl, you are not going to finish this flow.
By yourself.
But at the end, it all worked out. She was able to forget about it, go help, and with her family in Gordo. And, at the end, she had an amazing flow. But not only that, but she had an amazing flow with Steven Tyler singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That is amazing. You cannot beat that whatsoever. I would definitely Steven Tyler beats Aaron Carter anytime for me.
I agree. Aerosmith is amazing. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And he has got the chops. I'll never forget. It's funny. I remember the promotional material and the commercials and like the trailers for this episode more than the actual episode, because it was such a big deal back in the day for this special, because Steven Tyler was coming on. So I just will never forget him belting Santa Claus is coming to town, and it's just like, wow, like early Disney was.
I mean, it was like you couldn't get better, especially having an icon that is Steven Tyler, that is Aerosmith in any episode. Personally, is a godsend, and just you're thankful that you get to watch the magnificence that is this person. Without like, basically you got a free concert. That's what you got. You got a free concert by Steven Tyler. If you're any extra or any extra crew member from Crafties and everything, you were getting a free concert today.
Not only do you get a free concert, but you get to see him as Santa Claus. Like, how cool is that?
And a very modernized Santa Claus. It was a very modern Santa Claus, like not a beard to be seen.
I'd rather take my picture with Santa with him than the real Santa Claus.
Right. I want to sit on his lap and take that, that picture, send it as a Christmas card for sure.
I mean, you'd win all Christmas cards with that.
I would definitely win for sure.
No, but I think it's so funny too, because it's like with these Christmas specials, I wonder if like we would get like the level of like these special guest stars today, like they were really special because of the level of like how much people were really into like the Christmas specials. Not to discredit them today from Disney at all by any means.
But I think back then
people were into it.
Right. I know. I used to really get excited, whether it be for Lizzie or for any other Disney show. I used to get really excited because you don't get them every day, or any like a Thanksgiving special or a Halloween special. So like you said, they're very exciting because you're like, you don't get them often. And the guests that they would get, it were like,
and the fact that Steven Tyler wanted to be on Lizzie McGuire, are you kidding me? That's
like
amazing.
He agreed to it, so that's just even more exciting.
And how much he was into it.
Oh, he was so into it.
I think the only thing that tops that for me is the Girl Meets World episode, because you had Sean come back, you had the parents from Boy Meets World come back. In this episode, the nostalgia factor for that one is above par for my life. Like, and just seeing how they are now, how they interact. Is the wit still the same? Did it change over the years? I thought that was just one of my favorite parts about that, because I'm a big nostalgia girl when it comes to Boy Meets World.
Super fan.
I loved it. Like right here, like this is from the last episode they ever did, and they had both Morgans, mind you. They had both Morgans on this episode, and you had Mr. Feeny. Anytime Mr. Feeny's around, I am having a great day in my life. Okay. I wanted this man to be my teacher.
I think we all did.
I think growing up, Boy Meets World was like...
We just wanted to emulate Boy Meets World.
You did. Yeah. And you wanted to have that teacher that went from you from middle school to high school to college.
Right. Oh, Disney. We just want to live the Disney life.
I just loved how it was. I mean, like you said, we don't want to discredit now, but back then it was just so special. It felt so like, oh my God, I can't wait for this day, And my thing was, I know that usually they would premiere these episodes like on a Friday. I had to watch it on a Friday. I don't care if they were going to repeat it again on Sunday or Saturday or whatever. I had to be that premiere episode was the day I needed to watch it, or for me, my life was over. That's how I was. I used to tell my mom, I was like, I need to be home. What are we doing here? Like, I need to go home now. That was me personally. But
that's hilarious. But also the things that really got us into the early aughts were also the different cultures they shared. Not just Christmas, but obviously Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. And that's a topic Ollie's going to take today for us today.
Yeah.
I said today twice, I know.
Yeah, we definitely touched on it, like talking about the Kwanzaa that was featured in Proud Family and Hanukkah that was featured in the Even Stevens, and it's so special that Disney has always been so inclusive of other cultures and whatnot in their holidays. So I want to know from you guys, I pose a question to you. What did you learn that you didn't know about some of these special holiday episodes from the cultures, and did you have something that really gave you a lasting impression from them, and something that really stood out to you from learning from these cultures?
For Hanukkah wise, like learning about the 8 days and 8 nights, that was new to me. Learning about like why they light the candles each day, and how the oil was only supposed to last a day, but it ended up lasting 8 days and 8 nights, which I think is just a testament to faith, just in that sense. And for Kwanzaa, it was the fact that this was a culture, I feel like that should be a part of my culture because I am African American, but I never heard about it before. I never even experienced anything like it. I wasn't taught it as a kid. So learning about, the strong principles that Kwanzaa has, I really take those to heart. because I think if we all do that to our, fellow men, especially around the holidays, it's not about the presents. It's about spending time with your family. It's about helping those less fortunate, because you have a lot more than, this world shows you, a lot more than wealth or commercialism or presents. You have so much more than materialistic things.
Right.
And that will get you so much far in life.
Yeah.
I think a couple things that I learned was that we all have different cultures, but I think that one thing we all have in common is the family. And I think coming together as a family is just so important in every culture. That's probably the main thing that I've learned. I know it's kind of, big, but I feel like it's so important because nowadays how time is, sometimes we learn, when we get older, we see you don't really have to go with your family, but you choose to go to because you don't see them often. And you're like, okay, I want to spend time with them because you probably see them once a year and things like that. And you invite people over, you invite your friends, like, hey, come and spend Christmas with it. Because there are times that, you have friends that can't go home, or whatever. And you can tell them and bring them over to your house and they start learning about your culture too, of the way. Because I know for me, for Latinos, a lot of us, we celebrate Christmas differently. Very differently.
You also celebrate on Christmas Eve, if I'm correct.
Yes, we celebrate Christmas Eve. We do not celebrate it on... We open presents at midnight, which is technically already Christmas. But the next day to us is just like another day. Okay. So we celebrate Christmas Eve. We go to church early in the evening. Then we party it up at night because to us, everything's a party. But, that's... So... And then the next day is just, relaxing, eating any leftover foods. But... For everybody else, they technically celebrate it on Christmas Day, So I think that's one thing I learned, that it's just all about family. Like, we all have different things that we do in different cultures, but it's just all about family at the end of the day. Yeah. And I think that's so special.
Yeah. I think I come from like a mixed family background, and I think my parents are also divorced, so I was always just interested in learning about other people's families because I didn't really have a really strong concept of people's families, because it's like, okay, do I go the Hispanic route? Do I go the Italian Irish route? I don't really know. So I was always just really into like what Disney brought forth in their specials, such as Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or just the regular Christmas, because I didn't really understand what was the proper way. And the truth of the matter is that there is no proper way of celebrating. Well, the proper way is more so what like your family is, and I don't think there's a right or wrong way to celebrate a holiday. Obviously you want to have a good time, but and I just really loved seeing the Kwanzaa and the message of that, and I think it was so powerful to have the Prouds encounter this homeless family mixed in with the Kwanzaa and the values of Kwanzaa, and the family's so important. You might not have anything, like this homeless family doesn't have a home, but you have your family at the end of the day. And then with the Even Stevens, the Hanukkah, the family, like, what's his face? Lois, he had to fight. He had to fight to get back into his family and realize that they needed him at the end of the day. Yeah. And so it was just very beautiful growing up, seeing all these different things that, when I didn't really know where I belonged, like, it was cool to see where other people belonged. And get a good... And then just, like, the fact of the matter is, like, yes, family is important, and also your friends can eventually become your family, such as the Lizzie McGuire. Like, Gordo, I don't care. Like, Gordo is like Lizzie's bro, okay? Like another brother, okay? So I just love that.
I'll call time out on that.
No, but like... It's like some of the friends and,
become family.
Yeah, like Penny's friends and whatnot. So,
Yeah. And what I like about Disney, too, is that they include these episodes that not everything's always peachy perfect. You don't have a peachy perfect Christmas and all that, and not everything's good. There's something always wrong. For example, Louis thinking his family doesn't want him, and the Proud family encountering this homeless family. They touch on really touchy subjects. So I really like that they do that, and they include that, so us and kids and everybody else can learn from these and stuff like that, and take something away from it.
What I also liked about the Proud family is because Joseph, Margaret, and Stephanie weren't the real quote-unquote Joseph, Margaret, and Stephanie. In a sense, it's almost like people come into your life for either a reason or a season. You have to figure out which one is which. And I think the amazing part about that episode was that they were here to teach you and give you something back. They were here to give you your family back, give you the time that you're supposed to spend with your family during the holidays, but also just remind you that there are going to be people like another Joseph, Margaret, and Stephanie on the street. Don't discount them. Don't overlook them. And if you can, help them.
Mm-hmm.
Give them the life they're trying to work towards, because no one chooses to be homeless.
Right. And on that note, that's like a life lesson that doesn't just stay with you during the holidays. That goes after the holidays into the next year and for the rest of your life.
Definitely.
So it's just beautiful.
Oh.
Gosh, he's making me all emotional over here.
I just think that these episodes also show us not only with, real life situations, but also during the holidays. Because sometimes we all tend to stress out so much, like thinking, oh my God, my house needs to be I need to have the perfect tree. What am I getting this person? Or you want to be that one person that gives the best presents, you want to go out of your way, and it's like, okay, if you don't have the means, don't do it. Just give what you can, or don't be like, you know what, I can't this year, but whatever. I'm sure families usually understand. My grandma's one of those people that do not give anybody anything. They don't want anything. They're good. Do not give me anything. But I like to do it. But I understand, you know what I'm saying? And I like that during these times, these episodes kind of help you like, okay, none of that stuff is that important, even though, we see it so much in media and getting pushed at us. Like, there's a sale here, there's a sale there, But, yeah.
Lewis destroyed his presents. Like, he didn't mean to. He wanted to find those presents.
And in my mind, I'm just like, why don't you have a hand in your back with the hold on the sheet? Like, I had that question watching the episode. Like, sir,
but it was
you can lay back in your bed like, hey, Dad, what's up? Keeping the arm on your stuff, so nothing's falling away. But he never did that, and I just thought that was hilarious.
He just didn't want to be found out. But but it was nice going on your whole thing about the presents don't matter. Like, even Stevens, those presents were destroyed, but at the end of the episode, the family was fine. I mean, they got the presents back from their ancestor at the end of the day, but they still didn't need them.
But I get it. When you're younger, you don't really understand too much of it. You're like, oh my God, what am I getting for Christmas? Like, even when you're a teenager still and you're a little bit older, you're like, what am I getting this year? But now for me, I'm the type of person I like to give, but I'm not expecting anyone. I'm just like, oh, or when they ask me, I'm like, oh, whatever you want, or nothing, I'm okay. Like, and because to me now, I'm just, my family has gotten so small now that to me, I've rather just spend time with them. And whenever I see them, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so excited, because I don't see them often now.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, that brings us into our next topic, the meaning of this holiday. There's been so many lessons that you can learn from any of the holiday episodes, from not opening your presents up early or learning that who you are is the gift in and of itself. What was a lesson when you were watching any of the episodes from the holiday specials they did on Disney Channel? What was the lesson you guys took from it?
Wow.
I feel like we just talked about it.
I mean, we did, but I know it's like, I think it's great. Like, we keep learning, though. I think even now, as we get older, Disney teaches us something new. And it's crazy because we're adults.
Right. I think now for me, like I said, it's just trying to spend as much time as I can with my loved ones, because you never know what might happen. You might not see them again. And I think these episodes have shown me that, no matter what, just keeping your family close and just even calling them during the holidays, like, hey, if I don't get to see you, I love you, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever it is. It's just important because you never know, So to me now that I'm older, for sure, it's definitely talking to my family often as much as I can and just keeping them close. And whenever they say, hey, we're going to meet up here, okay, I'll try my best to get there somehow, whatever. Even if it's for 10 minutes, just being close to them.
Didn't Raven and That's Raven destroy something on accident, remember?
I'm
trying to remember it.
So That's a Raven Christmas episode, because I actually forgot the title of it. It was she opened up a bracelet. Like, she got a bracelet from her parents for Christmas and she wore it.
Yes.
And it ended up getting broken.
Yes.
And she went out to go back to the mall to buy another one.
She was like struggling trying to fix it or buy another one that,
and everything kept going wrong.
Everything kept going wrong. And then she wasn't spending that time with her family. So she was breaking all these traditions. And then it was like she was missing out, in a sense.
Okay, it's all coming back to me, that nostalgia factor.
As you know, we have the picture up on the screen for our lives. Oh my gosh, that was the funniest Santa holiday card ever. Okay.
Do not open your presents before your holiday that you're celebrating.
Because you never know. I know my nephews and always tend to make little holes. And it's like, I only have 2 nephews that live with me. And I'm just guessing, which one of you is it? Because the oldest is like that too. You would think she's 19, but she's over there like picking holes on her stuff. And I'm just like, why are you opening it? And then I tell her, I was like, what's going to happen is like, there's going to be no presents or I'm just going to throw them out.
Don't blame it. Wrong. Don't blame it on the dog. Don't blame it on the cat scratching.
We have no dogs. We have no cats. So don't blame it on them.
I mean, we even had in the sense of celebrating traditions. It was the same thing with Jake and the American Dragon, which is like an Asian. Also, his dad is white, his mother's Asian, and like kind of growing up in both places, and him having to be turn into a dragon, be a slayer. But not wanting to celebrate the same old tired traditions in your house. Like, do you guys have traditions where you're just like, I didn't want to do this as a kid, but now as you got older, you kind of appreciate them?
I mean, I loved Christmas growing up.
Right. Oh my gosh, I love that picture.
Or the episode of the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, when they thought that their parents were gonna get back together, and and that's another lesson that you learn. Just because they're not getting back together, your parents still love you, and some parents actually celebrate, and co-parent and celebrate Christmas together.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that you learn, that sometimes when you're younger, you don't really understand, but when you're older, you're like, okay, maybe they can co-parent. We can do things together, even if, our parents aren't. So that's always fun.
And shout out to that show for actually like showcasing like a single parent, like a strong single mom.
Yes, definitely.
Also,
one of my favorite Christmas episodes also was the Hannah Montana one, because they had Sheryl Crow, which is amazing. And then you had the whole cheating boyfriend aspect in that sketch, as her as Mrs. Claus, and her beating him on camera is everything. Oh, you just gonna cheat on me, okay? You just gonna go you out to clubs, little girls, stupid tunics. Okay, I got you. You got the wrong one. And he's like, Mrs. Claus, I've been a good girl. And he's like, no, you haven't, liar. And then she keep beating him with Santa's Santa's back. Oh my gosh, it gives me so much life on that episode. It really did.
Yeah.
I mean, I know J-Lo, you answered kind of how from when we were kids to now how it's changed, but Ollie, I don't think you answered. Like, obviously the meaning of Christmas and this holiday changes from when we were kids to now. Like, how did it change for you?
I mean, I definitely have an appreciation of being a kid. It's different being an adult, and I love looking back at all those memories that I'm never going to have again as a child. It's sad to say, like, I don't mean to be mopey, but like, I appreciate those memories, and I appreciate those memories with my family. I appreciate those memories watching all these different episodes, and some of them that you guys mentioned, I didn't know what the hell you were talking about, but I wasn't watching it then because I was growing up in my own personal life. Like, I was going through my own things, but it makes me really just feel nostalgic looking back on Disney Channel and all their holiday specials and just watching them, whether I was watching them alone, whether I was watching them with my family. It's something that is very near and dear to me, and it's, very special, and I'm never gonna it's like, I keep saying it, but like, it's just something, it's a special memory, and I think about those things that, as a child, and where I was, and Christmas is definitely different as an adult for me, but I have an appreciation for the holiday season for sure.
Well, that's awesome, guys. I have a special segment I want to try out. So it's called the Holiday Trivia Facts. Oh yeah, I love the sound effects.
Yes.
So for this holiday trivia fact, I really just love to give out facts, especially on Disney Channel episodes, or just Disney in general. It's like my thing. I love like little things of knowledge. So because we're talking about Even Stevens, Donna Pescow, who also played Eileen Stevens, the mom, also doubled as Booby Rose in the Heck of a Hanukkah episode. And for me, when I think of that was hours and hours in prosthetics. Probably took 3 to 5 hours to make different prosthetics, so she could have it throughout the time they were filming this entire episode.
Yeah, she looks insane. I love it.
She looks that makeup is flawlessly done. Okay, yes. to look ancient, quote unquote, looks amazing on her.
She does.
She looks flawless in this picture that's about to pop up right now, and like little baby Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Like,
see, I appreciate him and what we had back then. No, he's still great. We love you, Shia.
I know. I just think she looks, that makeup is, the hair, the gray, just, it fits so perfectly on her face. I thought that was just amazing. And another trivia fact, I think is interesting because we talked about the Proud Family. Stephanie, also voiced by Raven Simone. When we're talking about Kwanzaa, one of the purposes and principles of Kwanzaa is called Nia. And Nia means purpose. Now in Raven's home, I don't know if they planned this or not, her daughter's actual name is Nia.
Oh, wow.
And she actually she's a purposeful person. She's an activist. She wants to save the planet. And I don't know if that was a full circle moment or just like it was meant to be situation. But I also thought that was really cool.
I wonder if they did come up with that, and try to connect them together.
In a sense, like that.
Awesome they did.
This is Navia Robinson, aka Nia, on Raven's home during the episode when she actually gets visions, quote unquote.
They did that like on purpose. That would have been. I'm pretty sure.
Well, originally, Nia was supposed to actually have the powers, not her brother. In the original script of Raven's Home, the daughter was going to have powers like her mom, but they ended up changing it.
Oh, wow.
So the son had it.
That's awesome.
And I thought that was really cool.
That is cool. That is awesome.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Leave a comment below about your favorite episodes, some of your favorite cultures that Disney has covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Guys, you want to tell the fans where they can find you all over this Christmas holiday season?
Yes, you guys can find me on all social medias at Jen_Lopez_89.
Yes, and you guys can find me at Ollie Dreamer on Instagram and Twitter.
And you guys can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. And happy holidays. We'll see you next week for the Christmas Smackdown.
From Chief Elf Officers Keven Undergaro and Maria Menounos, Chief Spirit Officer Jeff Graham, and the entire The Christmas 24/7 channel, we would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV's The Christmas 24/7 channel. If you have questions or comments, email us at thechristmas247@gmail.com. Until next time, do your best to give, forgive, and be merry. Ho, 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 ho.